So, Jai Hind, Jai Bharat, Jai Mata Di. I am your host Jaswinder Singh. I am the founder of JS Fleet and I am here to tell you about the GMDSS course today. So this is our third video and we'll be talking about what is GMDSS course. So GMDSS basically stands for Global Maritime Distress and Safety System. So whatever communication systems we have on board, like whenever we are in distress or we require any assistance from other ship, there are some certain equipments that require a license. So every deck officer should have this license to operate and use these equipments. So for that we need to complete the GMDSS course and also clear the GMDSS exam. We'll talk about that later on in the video. Okay, so what is GMDSS course? I already told you it's a maritime course for communication equipment. And then is it a course or an exam? So firstly you will have to do a course which is of about 2 weeks, and then you have an exam which usually depends on institute to institute, and it's usually for 2 or 3 days. And then how tough is it? I would say it's the toughest of all the courses that you are doing. This one is the toughest because this one is having an actual exam. All those other courses that you are doing, all the other 6 courses, advanced courses, they don't have any specific exam. For this one you will have to face MMD surveyor, you will have to face an examiner from MOC, that is Ministry of Communication, for your SSB orals. And then what is GOC? GOC basically it's a license. The license you get after clearing your GMDSS exam is called GOC. We'll talk about that. So okay, so Global Maritime Distress and Safety System course duration, as I told you, it's of 2 weeks, then 2 to 3 days of examination, depends upon the institute from where you are giving this course, from where you are doing this course. And then is it a course or exam? I already told you it's a combination. It's a course as well, and then you have to apply for the exams as well, you have to clear the exams as well. Then let's discuss about the exam pattern. So there are 2 parts in your exam. The first part is written. If you fail in the written, your exams are over for you. So you have to clear your writtens anyhow. Writtens are comparatively easier than the second part. So in your writtens you will have 2 sections. Section A will be MCQ types, in which you will be having 30 MCQs of 1 mark each, so 30 marks. Then descriptive type, section B. In this you will be having some questions, 5 or 6 questions of 5 marks or 6 marks, and total marks will be 30. So the passing marks total will be 36 out of 60 with 15 marks at least in each question, in each section, sorry. So even if you are getting 36 or 40, but in section A, let's say you are having 12 or 13 marks, you will be termed as fail. So you have to get at least 15 in both the sections and overall score of 36. Then your part B examination comes in place. Then in part B there are 4 exams. Okay, so first one is the RT log, which is the radio telephony log. So in this one an examiner will place a sheet and he will give you the basic details about the ship which is in distress and your receiver ship, and then there are students sitting around, so they will be communicating and he will see how they are communicating. So on the basis of how much clarity you have in your communication on the distress equipment, you will be examined and you will be given marks out of 30. So that exam is called your RT log. You have to write it down as well. You have to speak and you have to write it down as well. And then there is single side band SSB orals. So for this an examiner from MOC, that is Ministry of Communication, comes in and then he or she is going to take your orals. So that orals is going to be of 20 marks. Then there will be Inmarsat practical and orals. So when you are going for the GMDSS course, there will be a PC on which there will be some simulator course. So in that simulator you will be taught about Inmarsat as well as DSC. So that practical, first it will be a practical exam and then same examiner is going to ask a few questions from that exam. So that is going to be of 30 marks. So this is a high scoring pattern because in Inmarsat it's quite easy also and it's of 30 marks, so you can score good amount here. And then finally is DSC, which is very important. It's of 20 marks, but this is going to decide whether you are going to pass or fail this whole examination. So this is conducted by a surveyor from MMD. So he is going to take your practical as well as your orals. And orals for DSC is the main thing, guys. If you are not able to answer in the DSC orals, the examiner has the right to fail you even if you have performed very well in your above 3 exams. He might fail you. So you have to be very careful and you have to prepare very well for your DSC orals. Okay, so let's talk about from where you can give the GMDSS exam. Okay, so for GMDSS, I would recommend ARI Institute in Delhi or CCOM Institute in Kolkata. These two institutes, they have a good passing rate and you can do your course from here. But for GMDSS exam, there is always a booking which is going on. So this GMDSS course needs to be booked well in advance. So whenever you are planning to sign off, let's say you are signing off in November and you're planning to do this course from December or Jan. So make sure whenever you are going to sign off, you already book your seats, because you won't get your seats for 1 or 2 months. It's already booked all over India. All the main and good institutes, they are already booked. And don't make the mistake of going to any random institute and doing GMDSS exam, because there they are not going to teach you, and then the examiner will come and they will ask you some good questions and then you are going to fail. So it's very important to choose the institute where you are taught very well and then you do your course from there. So what is GOC? So GOC stands for General Operator's License. So when you are clearing your GMDSS exam, then immediately the next day you will be given your provisional GOC license. So after that after that you will have to get a GOC endorsement which will cost you 3,000 rupees, and the main GOC license, which is the hard copy license which you will be required to carry on board your ship as an officer. So that requires a further payment of 5,000 or 10,000 depending upon the validity that you need. In case you need a 20-year validity, then you'll have to pay 5,000. And in case you need a lifetime validity, you'll have to pay 10,000 rupees. So likewise, you will have to decide. I would say 20 years is more than enough. I don't think nobody is going to sail, like most of you are not going to sail more than 20 years. So I would say 5,000 more than enough, sufficient. And you can go ahead and get your GOC for 5,000 rupees for 20 years validity.
Just now you saw that a young third officer Jaswinder Singh has written this fabulous book, a great initiative taken for the maritime industry, and I just hope that Babaji Kripa that he writes the other 2 books soon. And I'm just waiting that many more young people join and make sure that we give the right knowledge to the maritime fraternity. At one end, in the last 3 years, Merchant Navy Decoded has helped a lot of marine engineers and GP rating people with a lot of online content which is helping them today earn respect on ship, whether related to how to read electrical circuit diagram, how to read manual diagrams, how does automation work. A lot of videos made on ship. Definitely we lagged with the deck side packages, but now we have worked on that. So we have come along with packages on ROR. We have come along with packages on specifically made for candidates who are about to join their first ship as a deck cadet, and many more. Why don't you just go to the link given in the description box and the pinned comment and see for yourself what all packages are available and how are they beneficial to you. Let's make a strong maritime community which is out there to earn respect on ship and make Indian maritime fraternity proud. Jai Hind, Jai Bharat, Jai Mata Di.